Hi, this is Miss Conley.
And Miss Andrews.
And we are going to go through the substitution problems from worksheet number 2. So we want to solve this system using substitution. So you notice that the first equation says x equals 2y, and the bottom equation says 3x plus 4y equals 20. So we're going to take 2y and substitute it in for the x into the second equation. So when we do that, we get 3 brackets. When you substitute in, you always want to put the term in brackets, or terms if it's more than one, plus 4y equals 20. And the whole point of the substitution is now we have an equation that only has y's in it. So we can solve for y by multiplying 3 times 2y is 6y plus 4y equals 20. We can combine like terms. That's 10y equals 20. And now divide by 10 on both sides of the equation. So y equals 2.
Okay, but then we want to find both values, so even though we have y, we also have to solve for x. And we can plug that y value back into either equation, but the first one already is set up with us for x equals. So we can just go through and plug our values in. X equals, instead of saying 2y, we'll plug in this value, we'll plug in this value of 2. So we want 2 times 2 now instead, so we get that x equals 4.
Okay, so now our solution we want to write as an ordered pair, because this represents the point on the line where the two lines intersect. So we have our brackets there. 4 comes first because that's the x value, and then 2 is our y coordinate of the intersection point.
But how could we check this to make sure that we're right, Miss Conley?
Alright, well we need to take our solution, x equals 4 and y equals 2, and substitute that into both of the original equations. We need to make sure that we get true statements when we do that.
Okay. Does it matter which one we do first?
Nope.
Alright, let's just do the top one then. X equals 2y. So x was 4 and y was 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 equals 4. Okay, that one's right.
Alright, now we gotta check the other equation, make sure it works in both of them. So our bottom equation was 3x plus 4y equals 20. So we'll substitute the 4 in for x. 3 times 4 plus 4, we'll substitute the 2 in for y, and make sure that this is a true equation here.
So our multiplication we have here, 3 times 4 gives us 12. And then we also have this multiplication bit here, 4 times 2, we have 8. And then we can add them together, 12 and 8 make 20, so 20 equals 20. That is also a true statement. So we know, since we've plugged in these values into both of our equations, that we do have an actual true solution.
Alright. Oh, let's take a look at number 2 from the worksheet now. Okay, solve the system. Now this time, notice our bottom equation is the one that says y equals. So we want to take x minus 1, substitute it in for the y into the top equation. So we'll get 2x plus, instead of y, let's put our brackets, x minus 1, we're substituting in for the y, is equal to 8.
Okay, so there's nothing to distribute there, so we can rewrite it if we want, or just continue, since that's like a plus 1. These values don't change. And then we can combine our like terms. 2x and 1x give us 3x minus 1 equals 8. Add 1 to both sides, and we get 3x equals 9. Divide by 3 on both sides, and we finally get that x equals 3. So there's our first piece.
So again, we can pick either equation to find our y value, but the second equation already says y equals, so that one's going to be easier. So let's take our second equation, y equals x minus 1. But now we know that the x value is 3, so we substitute that in for x. 3 minus 1, so the y value is 2. Excellent.
So again, we still want to write our solution as an ordered pair. X comes first, so we have 3, 2, and close our brackets. And so now why don't you take a second to take this solution and plug it back into both equations and see if we really have done correct steps.